Hey there, Fight here with a second review of Social Lead Chief. As you may remember, yesterday it wasn't quite up to my usual high standards in the sense of I managed to break it. The beauty of this is, and this really sets it apart from, for example, Social Lead Vision, is that they take me seriously, or not just me. Basically there were quite a few people online going, "Ah, look at this." One was Brad Rutecki, I think is his name. He was going, "Look, here's a security issue," and they immediately jumped on it and fixed it. So I found one bug that basically, if you do segmentation and people choose the default option or the sort of the nothing that was pre-programmed, anything the fall through alternative, the video at the end didn't show. Okay, there you go. They jumped on it and fixed it. And I have a message here. It's like, "I'm looking at them now. They're sweating," which was brilliant. Anyway, so they fixed it, and now we're ready to release this. So, big picture, what is this thing? The Social Lead Chief application is something that lets you put a cool survey or a quiz or poll into Facebook, into the timeline, and then you can go in and basically capture people's leads and or segment them into different lists. And that, for me, is the main application. So if you're doing any kind of lead capture where you want to take their responses and basically do the follow-up based on their response, which is marketing 101, then this is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to show you this quickly in action so you see how and why this works, and then I'll show you behind the scenes the cool stuff that's going on there. So this is a super simple test. Do real men eat nuts? Only coconuts or only steak? Well, there you go. Do real men drink shandy? Not even when drunk. Okay, let's select that one. And basically what I've done is I've created a little bit of logic inside the tool that says, if you are going for the coconuts and no shandy, then you clearly need to know about the Mercedes AMG GTS, which is, although my wife doesn't quite believe me, far superior to wellies for the kids, but she keeps spending the money on wellies for kids. I just don't get it. Would you not? Oh, well, there you go. It's a topic for another discussion. Alrighty, so that is, when I select the first two options. I'm just going to refresh this page so we can take the quiz again. There you go. And now, this time, I'm going to say, no, real men eat only steak, of course, and they never, ever, not even when drunk, nothing, no shandy for men. And there you go. There is suddenly Tom Jones with his famous song, Pussycat. There you go. You get the idea, okay? Super simple segmentation depending on your responses. And the one thing I didn't show you, basically, down here, there's if you hover over here, there is a call to action, a URL. Click on this thing, and you get taken to, I don't know what I programmed in. Who cares? It's just a demo. So, now, what if I wanted to, for example, capture some leads in the middle? All right, I go in here. No, I don't go in here. I go in here. And now I take my buzz. Here it is. Oh, quick. Brett Rutecki, I think that's his name. If I get that wrong, I do apologize. Was kind of complaining, well, these things are kind of pre-programmed in a fixed way, and he'd like to do surveys with 724 questions and 3,400 answers. And the answer is, or this is my take on this, these are modeled, the ones you've got up here. Basically, you've got a quiz which has correct answers or incorrect answers, so you can follow up in that style. You've got a poll, which is basically just a poll. You've got a survey, and the survey is very specific in the sense it has 3 questions with 4 answers each. And why is that? Because it's been shown over and over again by tons of people doing this online that is a type of survey that engages people most. And why am I going to go and mess around with that? Why would I go with 7,420 questions? I think if you want to go that deep, the news feed of Facebook is probably not the place. Okay, these are modeled on stuff that works inside Facebook, and that's why they're in there. So end of that discussion. Lead Buzz is another one. It's based on BuzzFeed, sorry, on their model. Okay, and once again, they've basically, developers of Social Lead Chief had looked at what what does work, what works for these guys, and simply modeled that. Big difference between these 4 at the top, or it's kind of split down the middle. On the lead survey and lead buzz, you can do automatic segmentation of your list, whereas over here you can't. Okay, with the lead quiz. So, with that out of the way, let's go and edit this buzz test down here. Okay, that's the one you've seen. And I'll just run you through the philosophy. So basically, each of these steps here, you get guided through wizard style, and the wizard basically gets from next to next to next down here. Click, 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 click. This first option here is all about look and feel. All right, this is all about the fonts you want to use, etc. So you don't actually change that text. That's just a placeholder. I mean, you saw here that the questions had nothing to do with kryptonite. Okay, the questions were, do real men eat nuts? Okay, so this is just a placeholder. This is just about look and feel. I then go to customize opt-in, which is at the moment I'm saying there's no opt-in form, and that's why you didn't see one. Okay. So if I now go, yes, of course I do want one, I can now have a choice and saying, once again, do I want to change the look and feel of this thing? If yes, I click on here and all the stuff pops up, but that's all look and feel. So I don't want to do that, fine. Next autoresponder takes me to here, autoresponder. And now I can have two choices, API and HTML. Now, I am using, what am I using? ActiveCampaign. And that's why I can paste that in here. Well, now this is for the default code. I'm not sure if this is going to let me go. No, see, I need to put that in there. So I'm going to pause the video now and grab my code and stick that in there. Oh, by the way, very cool down here. Every single section in here, even the subsection, has this little information thing here. And when you click on that, up comes a very enthusiastic video. Someone very excited about this particular page, showing you exactly what needs to be done. So very cool. And now I'm going to pause the video and grab my code. Alrighty, we are back with this beautiful piece of code. Okay, call to action. Cool. That's call to action is what appears underneath the video that says, you want to do some cool stuff. So I have thank you page action. I know this is once again just the look and feel. Now comes the segment stuff. Now you saw I had 2 questions, 2 answers in BuzzFeed style. You can have up to 10 questions with up to 5 answers. Now, if that's not enough for you, I don't know what is. Okay, cool. So next, and this is the cool bit. This is where it finally gets really exciting. I know, sorry, it's the pre. This is where it basically give you answers. Okay, cool. There are all your choices. And now, this is the super cool stuff. Now you can do the segmentation. That's what I'm so excited about, okay? So basically here I say, look, if anyone clicks on only coconuts for this question and not even when drunk for this question, then I want to show this particular video. That is basically the AMG video thing. And I can now say, look, when they click on that link below the video, they get taken to this here. That could be your, whatever, your affiliate link or whatever, or even a retarget link. So I have set up one. There you go. That's actually the retargeting link for this product for Social Lead Chief. Well, let's use that. And in here, if I want to have not the default code, but a specific sign up form for a list, I type that in here. Now, this happens to be my same autoresponder code, but this is the bit where you do clever stuff. Okay, this is where you now send them to a different list. Or if you're a little bit geekily inclined, then you add a little bit of tagging as you do with ActiveCampaign, etc. So here's a second option. If they, instead of using coconuts, they go for the steak, but still for the not drunk, then I use this different video. I don't even know what that's actually a video of mine. And clicking on here takes you to online rule, and once again, same list, whatever. But normally you type a different one. And here's the default one. That was broken yesterday. I reached out to them and said, look, if people go for the default, as in none of the options were covered above, everything else gets captured by this here, what's it called? The catch-all, exactly. Then they get taken to Tom Jones. Here you go. And check out these pussycats. And then they get taken to yahoo.com, whatever. And once again, you put in your individual autoresponder code, you get the idea. Next. You can also have this as a standalone landing page. It doesn't have to be within Facebook. And you can create that here. Somewhere at the beginning, I uploaded a background picture. Now I can add some text to it. And now, I know, here it is. Sorry. And there we go. That's the image I uploaded. A dude doing jumps on his mountain bike. And there's the test. So now, with a bit of luck, I'm just doing the preview here. Only coconuts. So before you sow, only coconuts, and then not even when drunk leads to, aha, look at this. Not the video, but the opt-in form. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, if I go back to Facebook and do a refresh here. Now, this might be all confusing because for this review, I first had the opt-in on, then I switched it off, to show you, the before after. And now I've just switched it back on. The problem is Facebook kind of caches it for a few minutes. So let's see what happens this time, okay? So no, and okay, it works fine. There you go. Here is a minor complaint, and that is a minor complaint at a really high level, okay? So that is, boom. Because I am... So as you can see, it now redirects to the video. This should be the AMG video. Yes, there we go. Cool. What has happened is it's opened my opt-in form in a new form. There you go. It's now submitting to ActiveCampaign. God, I really need some coffee today. That slowness was due to ActiveCampaign, just being a little bit slow today. And now there's the thank you page. There are two reasons for this. The first one is I'm using double opt-in, and therefore I need to open this up somewhere. Now, in an ideal world, I'd have the thank you page in here, a tiny thing show up. That would require an extra dialogue inside Social Lead Chief. So this is, I'm not saying this should be in here and I demand it's in there. This would be like the super, super, super cool version. And I'll reach out to Stefan and say, look, this would be the super, super, super cool version, and I'm happy to pay more for it. It's only there because I'm using double opt-in. Now, also, the other thing is it's because I'm using ActiveCampaign as opposed to GetResponse, but what are the other ones? Aweber, GetResponse, and we'll check it out in a second. So basically, Social Lead Chief supports out of the box. Let's do that right now. Here we go. Oh no, I want to go to edit. Okay, so edit and autoresponder. API, it has GetResponse, SendReach, Aweber, and MailChimp. Okay, they are out of the box using the API. I haven't even tested it. I believe it's easier, or it's less clunky than opening up a new tab and doing this whole thing, because with the API you don't need to do this. With the HTML, I really need some coffee now. With the HTML, they kind of need to dump it in here. There you go, that's it. So anyway, that's a minor complaint. It's at the very, very high level. It's not even complaint. It's like, that would be super, super double awesome if you could implement that added on, and I'm happy to pay more for it. Anyway, 12 minutes, I can't believe it. High level summary. This is terrific, okay? Social Lead Vision, the other thing, it was a nightmare. It didn't work. It pretended to be working, but it wasn't. Even getting a refund. Although I've supported Precious and his crew in the past, they know my name, and still they were going, oh no, we can't refund you, and I had to go through the whole like PayPal jumping up and down, and it's ridiculous. This one here, it's terrific. I've reached out to Stefan. He immediately jumped on. His team were busy, fixed things. Brett called out a couple of security issues. Boom, they were fixed with the top priority. And it does what it's supposed to do, namely capture emails and segment them in a clever way inside the Facebook newsfeed. So there you go. I love it, and I highly recommend, if you're doing any kind of lead generation inside Facebook, to give this thing a whirl. Alrighty, cheers, bye.